For nearly a century, the Big Bang stood like a lighthouse on the shore of our scientific understanding, a singular flash that birthed the cosmos and launched time itself into motion. It was said that everything, every galaxy, every atom, every dream and whisper, erupted from a single, infinite point of unimaginable heat and density. That from this cosmic singularity, space itself unfolded like a flower blooming in the dark. But across the cold and quiet void of the universe, new signals are arriving, signals that don't fit the script we've rehearsed for so long. Whispers in the dark. Light from galaxies that shouldn't exist. Cosmic patterns that suggest we may have misunderstood the prologue of our universe. What if the Big Bang was not the beginning? What if it was merely one note in a far older, more complex cosmic symphony, a single crescendo in a cycle of creation and collapse? Now, hanging in the silence beyond the moon, like a spider's web woven in gold, the James Webb Space Telescope has opened its eye. It does not blink. It does not dream. It simply sees, deeper, older, and farther than anything before it. And what it sees is both beautiful and terrifying. Hundreds of galaxies appear in a single frame, scattered across the fabric of space like frozen fireflies. But these galaxies are wrong. They are too smooth, too mature, too ancient, like echoes of a past we never knew existed. They orbit in graceful spirals, not in chaotic turbulence. They shine not like infants, but like elders of a civilization older than time. This observation strikes at the core of our cosmic narrative. It challenges the very idea that the universe is a young and expanding child. It suggests instead that it might be a recycled elder, looping through eternities. The smoothness of these galaxies defies the expected scars of violent birth and collision. They do not bear the chaos we predicted. Instead, they wear order, as if they were born wise. Their age, their abundance, their structure. None of it fits neatly into the Big Bang puzzle. The light from these galaxies has traveled across time, stretched through the ancient corridors of the universe, only to land now on our mirrors, our sensors, our questions. And those questions grow louder by the day. Are we witnessing the first cracks in our greatest theory? Has the Webb telescope shattered the window through which we viewed the Big Bang as gospel? Or is it merely peeling back the next veil in an endless mystery, one layer of illusion at a time? The cosmos is speaking again. And this time, it is not whispering. It is roaring with a truth we were never prepared to hear. Above the fragile cradle of Earth, a silence expands, vast, velvet, eternal. It is not empty, but ancient, filled with the breath of forgotten stars and the sighs of dying galaxies. Beyond the orbit of Saturn, beyond the icy plains of Neptune, the cosmos stretches like an unfinished sentence written in light. Every photon that arrives at the lens of the Webb is a memory, a postcard from a version of the universe that no longer exists. But some of these messages defy logic. They speak of structures too organized, clusters too vast, filaments of matter too woven, as if the cosmos was engineered, not born. Dark matter, once a ghost in the equations, now whispers like a shadow architect, pulling strings behind the stage of visibility. Is someone watching? Or are we glimpsing our own reflection in a cosmic hall of mirrors, repeated across time, space, and dimension? Some theorists now speak of a pre-Bang era, a time before time, when the universe was not expanding, but breathing. Exhale, the Big Bang. Inhale, the Great Collapse. And again, forever, in an infinite heartbeat no clock can measure. The Webb may have caught the afterimage of a previous universe, a ghost universe, overlapping faintly with our own. Galaxies that shouldn't exist might be relics from before our own existence. survivors from a cosmic cycle that endlessly resets. A loop written not in fire, but in silence. Some signals Webb detects appear fractal, recursive, as if the universe is repeating a pattern, like a melody it cannot forget. In these patterns, some see randomness. But others, the dreamers, the rebels, the quantum cartographers, see design. A message written not in words, but in symmetry. Perhaps we were wrong about the silence of space. Perhaps it is not quiet, but encrypted. Waiting for a species, a mind, a machine advanced enough to decode its grammar. And now, humanity stands on the edge of that decoding, 1 foot in the known, 1 foot dangling in the abyss. The telescope is not just a tool. It is a mirror. And in its reflection, we are beginning to see something astonishing. Not only what the universe is, but what it was. What it could be. And maybe, just maybe, what it wants. Somewhere beyond the veil of the observable universe, something watches. Not with eyes, but with equations. Not through telescopes, but through the trembling strings of space-time itself. We once thought space was cold, empty, silent. But now, we are beginning to sense a rhythm behind the void, like a heartbeat echoing from behind the stars. The quantum fields ripple. Not randomly, but like signals sent through an invisible sea. Are they messages? Instructions? Warnings? Or echoes of civilizations that rose and vanished before the first atom of our sun was born? Webb's eye peers deeper than any lens before it, into timelines no human eye was meant to witness. And there, hiding in gravitational shadows, are structures too vast to be natural. Symmetries that mimic intelligence. Geometries that hint at purpose. As if something, someone, built maps across galaxies, not for travel, but for understanding. Some believe we're seeing the scaffolding of a cosmic processor, a mind made of nebulae and black holes, thinking in centuries. Others whisper of the simulation hypothesis. That this universe is not physical at all, but a simulation so perfected generates stars to power itself. If true, then every nova is a computation. Every black hole, a reset button. And perhaps our minds, our thoughts are subroutines within a far larger intelligence we mistake for reality. But there's more. Some frequencies from deep space are not random noise. They loop. They shift. They evolve. And in those loops, a pattern repeats. A mathematical rhythm, recursive and alive, as if the universe itself is reciting a code, over and over, hoping something, someone, will finally listen. We call it the Omega pattern.